This is KCTV English News. I'm Nick Brontes. Local housing prices have begun moving into negative territory this year. The Korea Appraisal Board says the housing sales price index last month was minus 0.05%. That represents a one-month drop of 0.19 percentage points. It's been 5 months since the index fell below zero, and the downward trend is accelerating. The change in apartment sales prices specifically was minus 0.32% in January. That's twice the drop of the previous month. More people are complaining that their flights from Jeju are being delayed. The Jeju Regional Aviation Administration says some 20,600 flights were delayed last year, 16.1% of all flights. That's 2.2 percentage points higher than the year before. 17% of domestic flights left late, while 4.1% of international flights did. 94% of the delays were due to flight connections. Domestic flights that take off over 30 minutes late are classified as officially delayed. The corresponding criteria for international flights is 60 minutes. The provincial government is working on a number of fronts to boost awareness of the April 3rd incident, both in Korea and farther afield. The province last year held lectures by famous people who are in some way connected to the incident, a campaign to wear camellia pins, which symbolize the incident, and peace trips based on the incident. It will continue those projects this year. Local officials also plan to seek registration of the incident as a UNESCO Memory of the World. That process begins with getting written consent for the initiative from relevant authorities, both at home and abroad. Rituals are being performed in area communities to wish for well-being and prosperity in the new year. The first of 122 rites was held Wednesday in Yusuamni, Ewalup. The last is scheduled March 1st. Nabupdi's ceremony, which is an intangible cultural asset, will be on Saturday, and Songdangni Gujaup will perform its ritual February 17th. Local village rites are classified into two main categories. The Poje are performed by men and based on Confucianism. The Bonhyangdangut are shamanistic and performed by women. Korea's largest Mar crater will be developed into a Jeju Ole trail that highlights nature-based experiences and exploration. Sogipo will spend 50 million won this year to develop the trail at the Hanon crater and wetland. Officials say doing so will help over 10,000 Ole hikers experience what the area has to offer. City representatives will discuss the project with area landowners. They want to offer visitors the chance to plant and harvest rice, as well as other activities. The Provincial Office of Education plans to begin using the International Baccalaureate curriculum at some local public schools, claiming it will help keep the academic records of students fair. Critics, including some teachers, disagree. Mike Laidman reports.
This design class at Branksome Hall Asia uses the International Baccalaureate, or IB curriculum. The girls choose a theme for their design projects and then lead the class themselves. Assessment results, of course, vary between students.
제가 하고 있는 이 디자인 테크놀로지라는 과목은 선생님이 큰 주제를 던져주면 이제 저희가 그 안에서 소 주제를 찾고 이제 저희만의 프로젝트를 만들어 나가서 이제
Assessments are ultimately done by a teacher, but most of the students trust the results. Outside experts review the assessment results teachers give for student performance.
The internal assessment allows other factors to be measured that you can't see on a test. You can't see specific things like initiative. You can't see the ability to do long-term investigations, and more importantly, their ability to write about what they're learning at a deep level.
The Provincial Office of Education plans to adopt the IB curriculum in public schools. One of the reasons for the planned introduction is to restore trust in academic reports by reforming the student assessment system. School records are significant as high school entrance exams have been abolished and high school records are now more critical for acceptance into university. Meanwhile, questions on the fairness of these school records have been raised.
선생님들이 자율성을 갖고서 이 수업을 계획하고 다양한 수업의 방법으로 수업을 진행하는데 그다음 이어지는 평가 부분을 어떤 평가 시스템을 그거를 활용해서 하면은 훨씬 더 우리 제주 교육이 질적 성장을 가져올 것이다.
But despite the potential benefits, some remain skeptical about the introduction of a foreign system. They emphasize better efforts by teachers and schools to build trust in school reports. Toughened punishments for corrupt teachers and intensified internal audits of student performance evaluations are among their suggestions.
실질적으로 교과서를 뛰어넘는 교육이에요. 그러니까 처음부터 교육과정을 짤 때부터 사실은 교사가 평가 단계까지를 고민하면서 1년의 교육과정을 처음부터 끝까지 다 준비한다고 봐야 되거든요. 그럼 현재 교사들이 능력이 없어서 그걸 못하느냐? 사실 저는 그렇게 보지 않고 너무 바빠요.
Meanwhile, there's currently a plan underway to introduce the IB curriculum at only a limited number of schools in rural areas. The Education Office says it will introduce the International Baccalaureate curriculum to improve the quality of public education. But the office's plan to implement the program is somewhat undermining the validity of its argument. Mike Lademan, KCTV.
It will be windy and colder than it has been on Friday. For the details, here's your forecast. The morning low in Jeju City will be 2 and the afternoon high 5 degrees. In Seogwipo, temperatures will fall between 4 and 10. In Seongsan, the low before lunch will be 1 and the high later on 5 degrees. Across the island in Gosan, temperatures will range from 2 to 4. And the morning low at higher elevations like Songpanak will be 4 degrees below zero, and the afternoon high 2 above. Taking a look at the marine forecast, winds will be out of the north and northeast at 9 to 16 meters per second, and seas will be quite rough by times, getting up to 4 meters. And here's what's in store for us over the next few days. And that brings us to the end of today's broadcast. Thank you for tuning in, and I hope you'll join me tomorrow at the same time. We're now on YouTube. Find us by searching for KCTV E-News Jeju. 시청자 여러분, 고맙습니다.